Yo, Tower God fam, Mark back in here with a Urek side story review for chapter 9. I know we've been on a little delay. Unfortunately, as you haven't heard, Neighbor was cracking down on translators' accounts. So thank God for them, staying the course. We really appreciate you guys. We really wouldn't be here discussing the content without you guys. Now for me, please hit the subscribe button. You already know your boy is on his way to 3,000. I'm trying to hit that before the end of the year. Mind you, I'm getting married in a month, so a nice gift would be to hit 2,500 before June 29th. Alright, so on to the chapter. Supervisor Rahab appears and he's seeing all the golden shinsoo under the ship. We already know his reaction from last chapter. It just doesn't know what's going on. So he's talking to Danzin like, Danzin, what happened? And of course Danzin doesn't know what's going on. He's still in his fluffy pajamas or whatever. So Rahab, shoots his own shinsoo and is able to disperse and destroy it. And then he's sitting there questioning like, no, there's no way that some shinsoo just appeared out of nowhere. Back inside the ship, we know that Urek and the princess are duking it out with this ghost who is raging to eat them and murk them because they don't have their correct tickets. So the princess is the first to respond when she looks like she heals herself a bit, and then she's using the power of water, which is obviously we know it's shinsoo, but I can't tell if she's like chanting or is it spell work. I know there are a couple of theories out there right now, so I'm wondering it's a mix of like a shinsoo technique with spell. I don't know what to make of it, but it's pretty cool. While she's attacking and, Urek is doing the same thing. He's getting himself together, watching her attack. They're trying to attack this ghost, and the ghost is taking no damage. Like, apparently he's a creature from the workshop, which is cool that we get a workshop reference so early on. This guy is pure shinsoo, so he can't necessarily be destroyed, at least by, regular means. Did you see what I did there? And then Urek mentions if he uses outside power, he can catch the ghost, which I don't know what that means. You guys have any takes for that? Catching the ghost versus defeating it are two different things, so I don't want to over-interpret this, but it doesn't sound like he can necessarily like one-shot it. But he decides against it and wants to try using shinsoo again. So he's thinking of a concept of making a bang and he tries to fill it. This, again, outside creates the golden shinsoo that's just disrupting everything, disrupting the ship, and Supervisor Rahab, he's getting quite angry because he seems like a very domineering person. He likes to control, he likes authority, he likes things going his way. And I guess that comes with being like the floor test supervisor. And so he gears himself up to attack it again. And inside the ship, we go back to the ghost where we see the princess is really trying to stick it to him, but she's struggling and the ghost is kind of talking smack a little bit. So she gets pissed and she pulls out flowers, like pink flowers just flood the area. And this is kind of like the true power of her. We've seen this kind of pinkish glow in the previous chapters when she was there with the goat, and this looks like this is her power, which has been mentioned to be some type of possession, but I'm not really exactly sure. There are different takes on what it could be. But in that same breath, she's chanting again, which seems to be enhancing her strength, because Urek automatically reacts like, oh, she just got really, really strong. And same thing happened in the previous chapter, but this is no fluke. She actually is somebody who can tussle. So with no sweat, she actually bodies the ghost and damages him permanently, where the ghost starts to trip out like, oh no, like she hurt me, like she really hurt me. So with that stipulation, I thought that she might attack the ghost again, but she doesn't. She actually dives over to attack Urek again, and Urek's like, oh well, why don't we just do this peacefully? And she's like, nah, I want the smoke now. I like her a lot. Like, she really is about it, and she's not sweet. Like, I used to think that, I was thinking that Urek is kind of broken, and he does still have his outside ability, which we have no idea what it can do, and I'm probably sure she can't deal with it. But in terms of what her strength level is, she's much stronger than a regular. She might even be low-key at ranker level, but we have no idea yet, right? So she tells Urek, you're my prey. I'm hunting you now. So the focus goes back to them two in a 1v1. And Urek is like getting irritated because shinsoo seems to be something he's struggling with and everybody's able to use it. And so he attempts to gather it again in terms of training himself because he doesn't want to rely on his outside strength. And this intensifies the shinsoo outside once again, with the supervisor again getting irritated, but this time he's starting to notice the shinsoo flowing into a certain area of the ship because Urek is actually getting the concept of forming a bang. So inside the ship, Urek is forming a bang around his hand. He's getting excited as the princess is like, well, congratulations, and still ends up attacking him while he's charging, and he has no idea what to do with the shinsoo in his hand, but he tries to punch her. In the midst of them about to trade exact blows, the supervisor attacks the part of the ship that they're in. Before his shinsoo can hit them, both turn and disperse the blast in a very, very nice artsy panel where this is what I missed. Like, this type of art, it's not the overly noisy art. It's solid enough to us to tell what's going on, and the colors are really, really nice. And the supervisor is looking at Urek like, is this you doing this? And Urek's like, yeah, but you're basically interrupting what we got going on. So if you got a problem, bring your ass here, boy. And yeah, ooh, what a hype way to end it. We've already been hyped on the Urek train already, right? But in this series, he's been like showing that he's already different. But he wants smoke with everybody. Now the supervisor was able to disperse his shinsoo at first, and Urek doesn't know how to necessarily use what we know he's going to learn later. This might actually be like a dangerous fight for him, and he might end up using his outside ability. I have no idea, but chapter was really, really good. I also want to talk a little bit about the princess. I noticed little details, not only with that pink hair that's very unique, it's like a rose goldish type of color. There's also some like eyeliner on her eyes, and this reminded me, if you remember in Tower God Season 3, during the hotel arc, there was a girl named Roku, and she was from a family who was trying to get revenge on the Lobopia, but she has the black streaks on her eyes, and she has the rose gold hair. Now, me and, guys know Zenu, we did some talking in the Discord, and we kind of put together some pieces. Like maybe there's with the reference of the flowers being used with the princess, maybe she's from a flower nation, or maybe she's like originated her power from the plant god, because that's also been a big thing ever since we got introduced to the machine and plant god concepts. So maybe her life kind of revolves around that. I also want to put together that the girl Roku, she does have like a design of like flowery design that what she's wearing. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think there's some relation? This hair color is very unique, and we've not seen it everywhere. So I don't know, but I just put those together and want to know what you guys think. As far as the chapter goes, chapter was a 9 out of 10. Very huge flex from the princess. Very much loving what she's showing. Urek is starting to get some shinsoo together, so maybe we'll get to see the first origins of the attacks he learns to use. And then the supervisor is now aware of who's using this super duper pure shinsoo. So what does that spell for Urek? We know he's going to survive everything, but still, this might put a massive target on his back early. So I will be streaming today. For those who did not see it, I'm streaming today after this review comes out. So do check out the stream where we can discuss more details if you guys want. Won't be on too long, but enough for us to talk. So till then, peace guys. I appreciate you. Hit that sub.